The Secretary General of NUP, David RUBONGOYA, came out to reveal that any time from now, Bobi Wine will be making a national address. Remember, they are still looking for where Bobi Wine is. Okay? And for him to come out to make a national address, it will even put the regime in more panic. In fact, David RUBONGOYA came out and revealed and said these statements. Here's it.
That our president is alive, although not well, because he wouldn't want to be in hiding if the criminal regime wasn't looking for him to kill him. And as you've all been seeing the tweets talking about all sorts of things they want to do to him. So he's alive and he sends greetings to the nation. He will be speaking to the nation very soon.
So that is the David RUBONGOYA when he's coming out to say that Bobi Wine soon is going to speak to the nation. First of all, I keep on telling people that who come out to with all sorts of propaganda. Do you know what it means when a snake is in your house when you cannot find it? That's how General Museveni feels when he cannot know where Bobi Wine is. Because ordinarily, each and every time election ends, opposition leaders from Dr. Kizza Besigye, they trail him for almost a year. Cars, border borders, wherever he goes, because they fear of an insurrection. So the feeling when they don't know where he is the reason that they are desperate. And for him to come out to make a national address, it will even scare these people more. So in the course of this video, I've come to talk about the address of Bobi Wine that's going to happen, but also to speak about the Secretary General's speech, but most importantly, the statements we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagari. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. For in a political party, the President General and the Secretary General are the engines of the party. When the Secretary General David RUBONGOYA comes out to say that anytime from now Bobi Wine is going to make a national address to the people, it means that he's going to. But also, and for me, I also think it is good because the regime needs to be checked left, right, and center, and everyone has a way of playing. But also, during this speech, David RUBONGOYA came out to also reveal that they didn't accept the presidential results. It is the truth. And he also came out to say that he elaborated that the reasons why they didn't go to court was because they were waiting for the DRO forms which were being used by Electoral Commission, which I think it was a mistake. Let me first give you this speech so that I can speak about it. Listen to it very carefully because it's going to form a basis for our discussion. Here's the tape.
Number two, to reiterate our position that we completely reject the results of the elections which were read by Mr. Byabakama. The National Unity Platform rejects 100% the results which were read by Byabakama. One, because they did not have basis. Up to now, Byabakama has not put out the DRA forms which he was relying on to declare things. Some people have been asking us, where is our evidence of the vote rigging? But we've been telling you people that when you are going to bring evidence, we want the Electoral Commission to say, this is what we based on to declare, because we have our DRA forms. Yes, we do not have all of them because in some places they arrested our polling agents, did all sorts of things, but I can say we have a substantial number of DRA forms which we can compare. And we challenge Byabakama to release those DRA forms which they used to declare the results they are declaring.
So, first of all, although I agree with the Secretary General that the election, in a free and fair election, DRA forms must be put online. For example, in an election of Kenya, a DRA form on a polling station is taken in a photo format and uploaded on a polling station and uploaded on a portal. So that even when you are telling your result, you look on the portal, compare it with what you have. Even up to now, those photos are still on the election portal in Kenya. Ordinarily, that's how it's supposed to be. But in a criminal entity, you cannot come out and remember, if you go in court, you attach the Electoral Commission as a respondent. You cannot ask a person who's going to who you are going to take to court to produce this evidence. I keep on telling people that every time opposition members go to petition court in a presidential election, and they petition court on the basis of DRR forms and election, they fail greatly. The reason as to why the election in Kenya was nullified is because some documents were not paginated. In fact, the process had some flaws. The reason as to why the election was nullified is not because the election day people voted for. Even if people vote in election day very well, when the process is followed, that election is null and void. Instead of, for me, I was a crusade of going to court, because I believe every opportunity that shows up for you in a bid to fight for democracy, use it. We missed out in the court, not because we have a lot of faith in the courts. It's like we didn't have a lot of faith in the elections, but nevertheless we went into it to expose the road. Why did we miss, the platform in the courts of law? I think we would have achieved a lot of things. Not that we have a lot of faith, but you never know. Raila Amolo Odinga had stood for election of almost 5 times, going to court, until one day the court nullified the election. For me, personally, I think it was a mistake not to go to court, not because I believe in the courts of law, but that platform would have been used. So we must not base our election on the DRR forms only. I'm not saying that they don't hold water, but even when going to court, you must petition the process of the election. The 2 elections that have ever been nullified, the 2 of the elections I know, it was because of the process, not their DRR forms. So for me, I humbly think that here, as the opposition, we made a mistake. We ought to have gone in court and urged, because this was utter thuggery, violent. Opposition leaders were blocked, most especially Bobi Wine, from campaigning in some areas. They refused to access. He was blocked from accessing main roads. His company, General 7, was accessing them. Those are the things that were supposed to be taken to court, not specifically DRR forms. But let's continue with RUBONGOYA's speech.
What was happening at the Tale Center, without even showing where the results are coming from, they come and say, 7 has 10,000 votes. And you ask them, where are you basing yourself to say this? And they were not able to give that clarification. Up to now, in complete violation of the law. We told the nation before elections that the Presidential Elections Act commands the Electoral Commission to base any declaration on DRR forms and tally sheets which are sent by the district returning officer, having copied in the political parties and candidates who are running that election. That was not done. So up to now, the National Unity Platform, which believes 100% that it won the presidential election, is...
So that is David Solongwe is coming out to say that even some processes were followed, is the basis upon which the election would have been petitioned. It is a matter of fact. Even by the end of the previous election, or other presidential petition, they normally dwell on the last part of the process of election day. A presidential petition, 80% of the attacks must be on the process, because there is no way under free trial that the election of 2021 and the election of 2026 would have been endorsed by any free and fair here court, because the process had a lot of flaws. So for me, I think we missed out on court. It is the truth. I don't believe in misusing platforms that are being used. Like some people are coming out to say that we should not participate in the election until Genome 7 is gone. That's a mistake. A person is planning not to give you food and you are coming out to say that, no, I don't want. Okay? We must use each and every platform that brought upon us to fight for democracy and human rights and for a free and fair election. We missed out on court. That's my humble opinion. Of course, you can tell me what you want. I remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kavya Sulaiman Mahagali. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.